Hi, my name is Susan, and you're watching a video on how to do a basic Purple Martin nest change. I hope you visit my website, www.purplemartinsrus.com, and check out our huge line of Purple Martin themed collectibles, gifts, art, apparel, and much, much more. Great information for the novice Purple Martin landlord. Today we're going to be covering a basic Purple Martin nest change that's going to help you get some confidence, hopefully, and get in there and get active and get involved with your birds and make this the greatest hobby you've ever had.
The basic supplies that you're going to need are 2 tall buckets. One is going to hold your nesting material and the other one is going to hold the baby martins while you're doing the nest change. Plenty of paper towels and lots of small garbage bags. I use the kind that you get from the grocery store. The nesting material depends on what you decide to use. I use pine straw, but some people use cedar chips. Whenever I open up the compartments, I always do a quick look, and if there are mites, you can usually see them crawling around on the outside of the gourd or even on the nest cap. I wear gloves and a mask. It's a personal preference. Some people don't wear anything. It's completely up to you. I have noticed that when you take the nestlings out, there's a lot of dander from their wings and dust that comes out of the nest, and I don't enjoy that, but if you don't want to wear it, it's perfectly fine. When you take the babies out, you look them over. If you want to look for blowflies or other parasites that the birds have, you want to check their conditioning and see how they look, if they're healthy, if they appear well fed, or if they're injured. These are all little bits of information that you gather when you're handling the birds and doing checks or changes. I use small grocery bags like this one that I get from the supermarket, and I put them to good use. I put my hand inside, and when I take out all the pine needles, all the nest material, I just flip it inside out, and it keeps a lot of that dirt and dust from flying around. And I bring plenty of bags so that I don't have to worry about trying to shove everything in one, because if the nest is infested with mites, you want to get that thing closed up as quick as you can, and you can always use another bag. As you can see, when I pull that material out, all the dust that falls out, the dander is very fine, like a talcum powder, and there's a mite right there. Yep. And you do not want to get that in your face. That's why I use a mask, but you want to make sure you are upwind and all your supplies are out of the drift zone. Nothing worse than pulling out all that mite infested material and then putting fresh nest material that just got inoculated with a bunch of dirt and mites. When you use the paper towels to wipe all the stuff out, you'll see it's very fine and it kind of floats around. I use myself a little spray of water sometimes if there's a lot in there, so that when it comes out it'll stick to the paper towel a little bit. Do not use any chemicals inside the nest. I repeat, do not use any chemicals in there. Make sure you dry it really well and wipe out as much of the dirt that you can. And I wipe it out real well because I sprayed it with the water to make sure it's completely dry on the inside. A lot of people overthink the amount of nest material to use. You don't have to overthink it too much. It's not an exact science. I use the pine needles, so I kind of swirl it around because I want to try and shape it into a little bit of a bowl. And if you do use the pine needles or pine straw, the most important thing is to make sure you do not block the entranceway. So make sure you double check from the bird's perspective that there's plenty of room for them to get in, and that if the material gets shifted around in there, that it won't block the way. I use 7. A lot of people don't. The babies are waiting patiently inside that bucket. If you do use 7, only use a quarter of a teaspoon or so, and make sure you tap it down. Since I have the gloves on, I don't have to worry about that, so I just use my hand and kind of shake it down to the bottom. And now the babies are ready to go back in. One thing that's important when you take them out and when you put them back in is to be very careful with their feet, because they'll hold on with their feet and you can very easily injure their feet if they're holding on to you or the nest material when you're pulling them out. So just be careful with their feet and what they're hanging on to, and just gently pry them off your fingers or the nest material if you need to. There's the last one. In you go. Nice fresh bed. And there they are, all comfy and cozy in their nice new bed. There, that was pretty simple, and I will close this. Let me close this back up. These are the only babies on this rack. Everybody else is fledged, so I could take my time. And if there had been other babies, you would, of course, move a lot faster, especially if there was eggs incubating.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed watching Purple Martin Basic Nest Change. I hope it gives you some information that maybe you didn't have, or maybe just give you confidence to get in there and get active with your Purple Martins. Again, I hope you visit my site. You can find great shirts and great hats like the ones I'm wearing.
This shirt happens to have our Purple Martins Are Us logo, but we have a large selection of apparel and gifts that feature our exclusive artwork and much more. So whether you're looking for a special gift for someone or just want to show off to the world how much you love your Martins, you're sure to find something beautiful available nowhere else but here at Purple Martins Are Us. Thanks, and I hope you enjoyed our video, and come and visit us soon. Bye.